There's a challenge by Sorras. The ball through for Johnson. And a hasty clearance by Mark Babic. He had a strong game last week against the champions Adelaide City. Mark Babic, the former young Socceroo, 2 clearances off the line. And a timely challenge on Craig Foster in the second half when the shot from Mullen had struck Kalac's right post. And Babic was there to deny Foster. They'll be looking for him again in the centre of the defence, the marking role. As one of Olympics' new signings, Nick Meredith with a corner kick. Johnson comes in short. In it comes, Tsekenis in there. And Ivan Petkovic for Sydney United, and the clearance bouncing off Branko Milosevic. Peter Tsekenis in the first round here. He missed from the penalty kicks. Olympic lost that penalty shootout to West Adelaide. Good pressuring from Zdrilic. Bright start for Olympic, 70 seconds into the game. They come here after losing that shootout in the first round and defeating Parramatta last week 2-1 after the Eagles were reduced to 9 men. They were looking for Lamond, easily headed away by Meredith. Moric in there fighting with David Barrett. One of the heroes last week, David Barrett, scored the first goal. Bacak came through, set him up well. He scored from the angle. Here's Lamond, straight into the body of Spyridakos, the captain. Sorras away. Looking for Johnson. Kupresak right behind him. Maloney. Poimer in the starting 11 today. Popovic. Very tough for the teams out there. Gale Force wins in Sydney today. They'll be keeping the ball on the ground. I'm pretty sure about that. But I suppose the other problem there for both sides is the condition of the pitch. It's not the best, really. Very bumpy out in the middle. David Zdrilic, university-educated youngster. Actually put his career on hold for 1 year because of his schooling. Away by Maloney. Now Johnson. Popovic there, the captain for Sydney United. Bacak chasing down Kupresak. And now the 21-year-old Mark Babic. Petkovic. Stanton. Moric well closed down. And again, it's the last line of defence, Tony Popovic. A man who, like Ante Moric, made his senior Socceroo debut in the off-season. Ivan Petkovic, one of 2 veterans in this team from the grand final side of 1988. Here's the other one, Lamond. Taking Barrett on, he gets the ball in, away by Sorras. Back for Petkovic, he's got the wind behind him. It's a nice looking shot, but no threat though for Mike Gibson. Ivan Petkovic, the 34-year-old midfielder. And it's certainly worth a try with the wind behind him. Tsekenis, Bacak on for Johnson, the chase. It looked like a handball. The referee allows play to continue, and Johnson just over the top. Well, first impressions there was that Johnson handled the ball. The referee allowed play to continue. Some of the United players felt that there was a hand here, an intentional hand, but play continued, and Johnson scooted away from Popovic and just over the top there. Hristodoulou, big clearance. Spyridakos comfortably back to the keeper. Sorras. Couldn't find Tsekenis, intercepted by Hristodoulou. Good switch. Lamond. Little deft touch for Stanton. Poimer fighting for possession. And he gives his team some time to reorganise at the back. There was no way through for Naumovski, but Petkovic secures the foul. One of the key players for Sydney Olympic, Branko Milosevic, his third season with the club after a lengthy stint with the Melbourne Knights. And Spyridakos had to play it safe. Gibson was coming out. Meredith's ball inside, intercepted, and it's now with Hristodoulou. Good header away by Barrett, or was it Lamond? The ball inside, the challenge by Sorras again, the save by Gibson. And now Maloney with the clearance. An escape for Sydney Olympic, but it's still not over yet. Spyridakos on for Meredith. And this time they get it right with the clearance. But it took all the experience of Mike Gibson to deny Sydney United in the 15th minute. Spyridakos again, Tsekenis. Naumovski. Petkovic. Tsekenis gets it away and finds Milosevic. Bacak back, looking for the return. Poimer won't get there though. Best chance of the game, 15 minutes in, and Gibson with a save to keep it at 0-0. Barrett. That's a good run by Bacak. The keeper, Kalac, waited. And the reach probably told in the end as Bacak and Johnson came through the middle. The game certainly has livened up in the last few moments. Zeljko Kalac has had a fairly quiet evening. Kupresak and Johnson have a bit of a laugh. Just 20 years of age, Ante Moric and a Socceroo. Last year he played for Australia in the World Youth Championships. Works full-time with the Australian Soccer Federation as a development officer, or in fact I caught him the other day answering the phones in the office. But a few players out there work full-time with the Federation and with their respective clubs as development officers. Tsekenis and Sorras and Popovic and Kalac do extensive work in the schooling system. Sorras now, Spyridakos. Also a veteran of that 89-90 grand final winning team. So is Barrett, who was trying to get it over the top for Maloney. There's a bit of danger here for Sydney United. And a foul spotted by Kondiamas against Kupresak on Milosevic. And this is quite a healthy position for the home team. Here's Milosevic, Kupresak coming in. And you would expect Branko Milosevic to line up for this one, well within his range. 21 goals in the National League, a career which has seen him play 180 times. The 18th minute of the first half, Zeljko Kalac could be called upon. Milosevic is ready, the referee just checking the wall. Meredith might strike it as well. And not the best of kicks by Milosevic. Johnson was trying to get there. It'll be a corner either way. Not the best kick. Good work by the wall. They kept their poise there. And Johnson couldn't get on the end of it. Milosevic goes down. That was a pretty solid challenge. A legitimate challenge, of course. Came out of the defence. Milosevic wide now for Bacak. Popovic ahead of him. Joe Bacak, he gets inside, but again, we've seen this happen time and time before, but Olympic have started this second half positively, but they still have nothing on the scoreboard. 0-0 here at Leichardt Oval. Barrett. Tsekenis. Spyridakos. Here's George Sorras. Zdrilic in there very quickly. Naumovski. Got to pay credit to Milosevic. He forced him away. And in the end, Naumovski just ran the ball out. United just have 1 point to show for their first appearance in the National League last week. They'd be desperate for 4 points here. Moric's ball inside and just evading Stanton. He takes Poimer on. Spyridakos at the near post. Johnson and Kupresak. Youth against experience. Milicic. He secures the free kick. And the yellow card goes against Sydney Olympic. Just 5 minutes into the second half, the third booking. Milicic inside. Moric switching to the right. Hristodoulou. Zdrilic inside. Here's Moric. And he gets it back for Hristodoulou. The ball and Barrett headed it away as Zdrilic right behind him. Up comes Popovic. The back heel. And still, it could be for Zdrilic, and it is! It's the goal that split them! Young David Zdrilic scores 6 minutes into the second half. There was earlier pressure from Sydney United. Olympic started the first half positively. United fought back. Popovic started the move. A lovely back heel by Milicic. That put the pressure on them. Spyridakos was down. Gibson tried to cut it down, but Zdrilic slotting it through. 1-0 Sydney United. Spyridakos. Intercepted by Babic. And well and truly offside. No arguments there against Ante Moric. Hristodoulou over there, but it's with Petkovic though. Spyridakos staying with Petkovic. And Bacak away. Johnson. Stanton with him, and Kupresak stays with him as well. Johnson shot off the body there of Kupresak. Well, look at the space here for Poimer and Babic. And amazingly, Petkovic kept his poise at the back as Sydney United quick for the counters. Zdrilic, Milicic on his far left. Inside the dummy now, Milicic. Should it have been first time? I think it should have, because Barrett had time to get back in cover, and Sydney United could quite possibly have killed off the game there. And the flag up against Barrett at one end, and escape for Sydney United at the other. United could have made it 2-0. Milicic with a back heel. Stanton keeps it in. That's back inside of Poimer. Now Milicic. Oh, look at this. Clever feint by Milicic. Inside. Saved by Gibson. It should be put away by Zdrilic. And it is. 2-0. Zdrilic the hero again. Olympic punished at the back. And they'll be thanking Ante Milicic. The feint of the body. And it was enough, because you'll see here he was involved in the build-up, the back heel to Stanton. Stanton had Poimer closing him down. He cut back inside. Milicic kept the run going. He wanted the ball. He got it. He had Spyridakos ahead of him. Spyridakos went the wrong way. Milicic might have gone for goal here, unselfishly inside to Moric. Gibson just got a hand to it, and Zdrilic said, thank you very much. 2-0 Sydney United. Juric to Barrett. Looking for Johnson. Here he is, Johnson. And he couldn't put it through him. That was the time to score. Because with 17 minutes to play, Olympic would have had a glimmer of hope of perhaps fighting back. Johnson really should have slotted this away. Maybe go for power. He went for direction instead. Couldn't get under the body of Kalac. Milosevic. Poimer. Can Olympic go one step better? And what covering work by Kupresak. He had to, because, you know, Kalac was right behind him in support, but these sorts of crosses, you have to lunge like that. Tsekenis was waiting. Now Moric. Stanton. Just thought he should have gone for goal, as though he really wanted to set up Zdrilic with a chance to make it a hat-trick. Young David Zdrilic has scored 3 goals in a career which has seen him play now his 25th game. And just as a sidelight, Zdrilic might tell me after the game the reason he scored 2 was that he got a brand new pair of boots this week from Petkovic. Barrett clears. Bacak on. Tsekenis with a chase. Popovic and Petkovic back there. Obstruction on Tsekenis. A change to be made. Sean Babic will come on for Sydney United. With just on 3 minutes left. Well, Zdrilic goes off. I'd say he won't mind the early shower, but still he would have liked to just stick it out for the 90 and perhaps sneak in a third. Young Sean Babic on. He's got a lot of pace, a youngster in contention for the young Socceroos. Poimer. It's a better looking cross. Johnson. There's Milicic. Barrett. Well, what a run from Barrett. And it hits Kalac in the head or the body. And that has just underlined exactly what has gone on for Sydney Olympic in front of that Sydney United goal. Not even luck on their side tonight. They have tried everything, but they haven't been able to breach this Young and organised Sydney United defence.